This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. The ongoing Rolex shortage, which has frustrated enthusiasts and collectors for years, has sparked considerable speculation and debate. Although many point to rising demand as the primary cause, there are more complex factors involved. It is 2024, and you still cannot find a Rolex at an authorized dealer. Why is that? Let us try to finally get to the bottom of this. In this video brought to you by the luxury world, we will examine the deeper reasons behind the shortage, focusing on Rolex's business strategies, market dynamics, and the broader economic context. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we invite you to do so now to stay updated on our upcoming videos. Rolex, while not the only brand that is challenging to purchase at retail, stands out as a case study because, in terms of shortages, it epitomizes the entire watch industry. The difficulty in finding Rolex watches at authorized dealers is widely acknowledged, sparking numerous debates about the plausible causes. These include speculations that Rolex might be intentionally withholding stock from retailers hooting inventory to drive up street prices, pandemic-related production slowdowns, and other theories. Rolex, however, has officially stated that the shortage is solely a result of exceptionally high demand. As complicated as it may seem, this situation is real. However, whether it is a natural or artificial occurrence is still up for debate. In the world of horology, Rolex stands as the leading brand, continually setting a high standard for others. Iconic models like the Submariner or the Rolex Daytona remain in constant demand year-round, with many noting that demand has only grown. Yet, when visiting a retail store to purchase one, it is nearly impossible to find. The reason is the ongoing shortage, with some of the most sought-after Rolex models no longer available on shelves. When it comes to Rolex authorized dealers or AD and the frustrations people face, the top complaint is usually the infamous waitlist. The catch is waitlists only exist at the AD store level. Rolex itself is not directly involved. Due to factors like market research and selective distribution, Rolex is much stricter than people realize about regional product allocations. This means some ADs receive a wide variety of watches, while others get very few. A major factor contributing to the shortage is Rolex's intentional strategy of controlling supply. Known for its precision and diligence, Rolex requires a slower production process to ensure quality. By limiting annual production, the brand cultivates an aura of exclusivity and prestige. This manufactured scarcity boosts demand and heightens the perceived value of its watches. Rolex also employs a selective distribution model, working with a small number of authorized dealers worldwide. This approach enables Rolex to control the retail experience and maintain its watches at the recommended retail price. However, it also contributes to the shortage, as ADs often receive only a limited stock of the most sought-after models. But regardless of where you shop, if you are put on a waitlist for that coveted Rolex Starbucks with its green ceramic bezel and black dial making you crave a coffee, do not think being on the list means you are first in line. That is not how it works. Waitlists do not first come, first serve. ADs often prioritizes big spenders and regular customers. And guess who often has the capital to spend heavily? These are the gray market sellers. The global economic environment has also worsened the Rolex shortage. The economic downturn caused by the pandemic led to increased demand for luxury goods like watches, as consumers sought stable investments for their wealth. This surge in demand, combined with supply chain disruptions, further limited Rolex's production capacity and availability. Additionally, the rise of the secondary market has intensified the shortage. As demand for Rolex watches has exceeded supply, more buyers have turned to the secondary market, driving up prices. Resellers, often willing to pay a premium for rare or discontinued models, have turned this into a profitable business. Whether Rolex admits it or not, some of their authorized dealers do not always play by the rules. ADs forming relationships with gray market sellers, who might offer kickbacks, is not just a rumor. It happened before, and some ADs have faced consequences. If you are familiar with watch buying, selling, and flipping, you may have come across string purchases or tying arrangements. This is when an ad asks, "How badly do you want that stainless steel Submariner?" Sure, they could put you on a waitlist for anywhere from 2 months to 3 years, or you could spend a certain amount on other products they sell to secure that Submariner at MSRP. There are two possible interpretations of this situation. The first is that Rolex genuinely produces a limited number of watches, without any hidden agenda. The second suggests that Rolex has intentionally created the illusion of scarcity to fuel an extraordinary level of hype around its most popular models. It is well known that fear of missing out often drives people toward sought-after items, and Rolex appears to have capitalized on this concept to maintain the appeal of its most coveted watches. This strategy boosts sales and ensures constant demand, as the brand produces fewer of the most desirable models to sustain market shortages. Such tying arrangements are not always ethical and, in some cases, may be illegal. However, there might be an innocent reason why you cannot find the Rolex you want at an AD. The reality is that stainless steel Rolexes offered at MSRP are usually much cheaper than their precious metal counterparts, making them more desirable, affordable, and harder for ADs to keep in stock. Alternatively, this could be a response to a natural phenomenon. Some Rolex dealers claim that the brand continues to supply the same number of watches annually, but the demand has surged in recent years. As a result, it is understandable that Rolex watches sell out faster, leading to a shortage. However, despite the rising demand, the brand still manufactures its most popular models at the same or even a reduced rate, rather than increasing production to meet the higher demand. Rolex enthusiasts appreciate the brand's timepieces for their outstanding craftsmanship, design, and quality. Every watch is handmade and undergoes rigorous testing before leaving the factory to ensure top-tier durability and precision. The process of creating each watch is time-intensive, and Rolex is committed to maintaining lofty standards without compromise. As a result, the brand limits the production of its most popular models, like the Submariner and GMT-Master II, to preserve their elegance. In recent years, the market value of Rolex watches has surged due to factors like limited availability. This has driven up the value of Rolex watches in the secondary market. When buyers are unable to purchase a popular Rolex model at retail, they often turn to the secondary market. The high demand for Rolex watches makes it increasingly difficult for buyers and collectors to find these coveted timepieces. As long as the demand and popularity for specific Rolex models continue to be high, the shortage is expected to persist. In response, buyers often go to great lengths to purchase less popular Rolex models to build a good relationship with authorized dealers. Given these conditions, it appears that Rolex is strategically managing the situation by limiting production and maintaining minimal communication. The Rolex shortage is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. While the brand's controlled supply and selective distribution are key drivers, larger economic forces and the secondary market have also deepened the scarcity. As long as demand continues to surpass supply, the shortage is unlikely to resolve anytime soon. So, why can't you get that Rolex at an AD in 2024? It is not just about demand. It is the game behind the scenes, involving gray market influence, string purchases, and regional allocation challenges. As long as these factors are in play, the waitlists are not likely to shorten anytime soon. Amid all this frenzy, purchasing a Rolex or investing in one might seem like an unrealistic dream. However, if you take a closer look, you will find that Rolex watches are quite accessible. The key is to move past the idea of buying a brand new Rolex at a premium price. Instead, consider opting for pre-owned Rolex models. Buying pre-owned Rolex watches is currently in vogue. By visiting a trusted and reputable dealer of pre-owned Rolex timepieces, you can select the model you want without the high price tag of new watches. What are your thoughts about the Rolex topic we shared in this video? If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.